Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to the Pepper Pack Podcast. I am one of your hosts, the Random Dude Josh, and with me, as always, is my cohorts. Well, two of them are cool. The other one is just. Hi Zach.
Hey Josh, what's up? How's it going? I'm just chilling here, being not cool, because
No, you're still cool.
All right. Whew.
Yeah, cool to the 23rd degree. How's that?
Oh, that just touches my heart in 23 different ways.
Good. But you know, the show has really grown, and we have to bring in our other hosts because they're awesome. So, first and foremost, let's get the Cookie Monster in here.
Wait, I was going to ask him, do you think he has cookies tonight?
I don't know. Let's ask him. Dario, please, for the love of all that is holy, tell me you have cookies.
Yes, I have cookies. And right now it is actually, one of the most wonderful times of the year. It is Girl Scout Cookie Month. And so I got Girl Scout cookies.
Now, is it a month or is it like a season?
Yes. It always seemed like a month, even though it should be a season.
What if the Girl Scouts made a Dr. Pepper flavored cookie?
Wait, what?
What if the Girl Scouts made a Dr. Pepper flavored cookie?
Oh, I would buy them out.
All right, Girl Scouts, you got a challenge.
Or there'll be
a challenge.
Well, but before we go off on the cookie train, before we go off on the cookie train, we gotta also welcome our other host, the Dr. Pepper designer, Mr. Konnor. Clem. Konnor, how are you?
I am alive. Can you believe that?
And we are very much grateful for that.
I'll tell you what, laying in a hospital for a few weeks, just laying there, recuperating, and the saddest part was the place didn't have any Dr. Pepper. It was all blue soda. Can you believe that?
This just shows the travesty that is the U.S. healthcare system when they don't provide Dr. Pepper to patients.
You should get like a 23% discount. Are you sure only have to pay 23% of your bill?
Yeah, it was something else. I mean, a bunch of doctors there.
I mean, I know that ain't right.
I know a doctor that can help this get better.
Yes.
I mean, the only blue drink that should be there, it should be the dark berry.
Yeah.
That's
hey, Zach, hold on. I know you're getting excited.
Thirsty.
But I speak for myself in saying, Konnor, we're glad you're here.
Yes. So, we're glad
that
you're back.
Welcome back. We missed you.
I missed you guys for sure.
Oh. Well, let's kick off this episode the proper way. By the way, I found it.
Oh,
yeah. Nice. Utah finally got it.
All right, Konnor, what are you drinking? You got regular?
Oh, yeah. I just got regular.
So we're all different flavors tonight.
Yep.
Well, I have my regular once I finish my vanilla float, but
yeah. Well, yeah, I have regular too, but I also got some dark berry still.
All right, ready? So we're kicking it off.
Josh, you want to start it and we'll just work around?
Yep. So 1,
right. 2,
23.
Oh. What's the police? We see you coming in there.
Oh, yum. I really love the strawberries and cream when it's like been in the fridge for hours. That's when it's the best. That's like chill. But
have you put in ice cream yet?
Not yet. That is on the
I did that the other day. It was really good.
Was it? Okay, good. Good. So I do have something I wanted to share with you. Given what's happened over the last little bit, I had the thought of doing something special for one of our hosts. Obviously, our designer, Konnor, had designed our amazing logo. He's done so much. And so I had reached out to a friend on Instagram, and he wanted to do something for us. And I said, I got an idea. So I had something made for Konnor as a token of appreciation, really for stepping up, especially where I've been in and out of the show. And so I want to turn it over to Konnor to share what he got.
I do have to say, Josh. This thing is amazing. You're gonna have to give me a full shout out to the guy that created this, because this is one of the coolest things that I've gotten. And by far, as I'm developing my new podcast set, this is just a temporary at the moment right now. But when my actual set comes to life, this is going to be hanging up right behind me. And you guys, check this out.
That's pretty sweet.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Podcast
Wow.
made out of cork.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Of
So
course.
my buddy Philip Maxwell, you can find him
nice.
on Instagram at something corky shop. Yeah, he's the one that did that. He is a
That's very
fanatic of Dr. Pepper.
Pretty
Loves our show. And so Philip, again, shout out. Thank you so much to you for doing this. I definitely appreciate it. And I know that Konnor wasn't expecting it.
I was not. I was pleasantly surprised and blown away. I want to see more. I want to see some more of his stuff.
Oh, let me show you. I'll just pull up his Instagram, because again, his work is absolutely phenomenal. So bring this up here. So as you can tell, he was showing kind of the progress of that particular one.
Mhm.
And he was even sending me progress of how
as-
everything was going.
Oh, the Bronco. You can see
Yeah.
that logo there.
But as you can tell, he's also, like I said, a Dr. Pepper fanatic.
Yeah,
He also got bourbon.
One of us.
Nice. One of us.
The nativity.
Yeah. I mean, this is some talent to take
Very.
corpse and really just transform it.
Now, is he making those cabinets, that desk as well, or is he just painting and designing?
That I'm not sure. It's this sort of work that he does that's really mind blowing.
Mhm.
Oh, look, dark berry, bam.
Right there.
Yeah, definitely. Go check him out. Give him a follow at something corky shop on Instagram. Yeah, This is
Yeah.
definitely. Super cool. Great avenue if you want to get something unique for someone. Highly recommend
Mhm.
you check him out.
We might even think about doing a giveaway
So
in the future for sure.
yeah, we'll definitely have to have him on the show for sure. So,
Oh,
but
definitely.
that is my little announcement / thank you to Konnor for everything you do. So
Yeah.
the show wouldn't be with what it is without you, my friend.
Here, here.
Here.
Oh yes.
I'll drink. That's what we got. I'll drink to that.
No, yeah. That
I got some big stuff coming up, so stay tuned. I think we got some really great things.
Awesome. I'm excited. I know Konnor had told me a little bit of what's on the docket, and oh my goodness. That's all I'm going to say is, oh my goodness. So, but on that note, I'm going to check out and hand it over to you three gents.
All right.
Bring in our awesome guest and
Josh, until we drink again.
Until we drink again, friends.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Oh yes, definitely.
All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of the show. Everyone watching, make sure to stick around. We got an awesome guest. So
yes.
All right, hand it off to you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So,
all right.
As Josh mentioned, we do have an awesome guest. Tonight, we are joined by a fellow Pepper Pack ambassador who I've actually had the privilege of meeting in person. And I'm not going to go reveal all the details yet, but kind of snuck up on me, quite literally. So, without any further ado, let me introduce everybody to Mr. Rodrigo.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Rodrigo.
As a Manchester United fan, kind of hurts me a little bit, but at least it's red, so I'll forgive you. So, Rodrigo, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing really well. I'm happy to be on the show. I know we've tried to do it a couple times, but just like our
Yeah.
schedules never like crossed. So I'm super excited to be on today.
Glad to finally get you here. So, Rodrigo, we got to start with our basic questions like we always do. What is your preferred flavor of Dr. Pepper and then method of consumption?
Okay, so this one it's changed a lot over the past few years. I've always been like pressed for like flavor wise. Dr. Pepper, the original, will always get it from me. Especially being from Texas,
Yeah.
you can get the real sugar Dr. Pepper,
Ooh,
which
that's
just
good stuff.
hits different.
That's the OG.
Oh yeah.
And I've honestly, so this is what's struggle for me. It's the Lenten season right now, so I did give up soda for Lent to show God, yeah, I'm gonna give up the
Yeah.
thing I love the most for you right now. Right
Yeah.
when strawberries and cream came out, and that I've been really drinking that a lot.
Oh,
Drinking it. I'm so sorry.
right there.
No, you
I feel
guys are
that
totally
right
fine. But that's why strawberries and cream, like super, super cold, it just hit me different. And I was like, man, this is really good.
Mm-hmm. So, and strawberry cream. Now, I don't think you can get that in the fountain drink yet.
You can't, yeah, it's only with the can right now.
So, with that being said, given any other flavor, do you prefer can, bottle, glass bottle, fountain drink, jelly bean, ivy, bubble gum? What am I missing, guys?
The lip
Peeps.
gloss, that was pretty popular for us.
Yeah. What's your preferred way to have your Dr. Pepper?
I usually do can just because like it can get super cold, and I just really love cold drinks.
Yeah.
But sometimes fountain just hits so good, but fountain is always hit or miss. Like
Yeah.
fountain can be either
That's
some of the
good.
best Dr. Pepper you've ever had, or it's like 80% syrup, 10% carbonated water, and you're just like, I'm drinking syrup.
Or it's the opposite. It's 80%.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like not carbonated
Yeah.
water and just like a hint
Oh.
of flavor.
Yeah,
Oh,
just the
that's
consistency there is what draws me to the can.
Yep.
yeah. Yeah.
Now, I do have a
no, I
suggestion because I'll drink a can and I'll get about this much left, and I'll get distracted and I'll set it down. And anyone that's been to my house knows I have cans everywhere, so it's like, oh crap, I forgot to finish that one.
Yeah.
What I've discovered is if you pour that in a glass, add some ice, and then add a whole new can on it, it's like a super saturated Dr. Pepper now with flavor. It kind of recarbonates it and then gives you that extra flavor. It was still there, so that way you're not wasting that little bit, and that makes me feel a little better. So I don't waste that little bit in the can.
No, yeah, I'll have to try that. I'm not
Yeah.
too big of a fan of ice because that's why I usually like the cans because they get
Yeah.
super cold.
Yeah,
And then
Exactly.
even out of the fountain, sometimes it gets cold enough for me because like ice dilutes it too much for me, especially because
Exactly.
I'm a slow sipper. Like I like to sip and then put it aside,
Mhm.
relax, get the flavors.
Exactly. Enjoy the Dr. Pepper.
I'm done with this can. So
It's got to enjoy the Dr. Pepper.
Yes, sir. I mean, I did have my chugging days. Like I remember, there's this place that where I'm near. They sell like 32 ounce of like a 32 ounce fountain drink for $1 with tax included. It's $1, and like all the high schoolers would go there. That's what I did. One day I got one, and I was in high school, and they're like, "Oh shoot, we have band practice. It's been moved up. It'll be in like 2 minutes." So I chugged that whole thing, like full 32 ounces from the beginning to the end, in like a minute. And all my friends were like, "You're gonna die on the field," but no, it was delicious. I just probably couldn't do that anymore.
my uncle says he's a gulper. He'll just take
Yeah.
gulps.
Yeah. So
yeah,
so if
yeah.
you're a gulper or a sipper, mention that in the comments which one you are.
Let us know.
If you're a gulper, you're a sipper. Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
Couple percent, even if you're a chugger, like because we appreciate y'all
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, so Rodrigo, we want to know. Obviously, a member of the Pepper Pack.
Yes, sir.
You have to be a very passionate fan to even apply for the Pepper Pack. So before you even found out about the Pepper Pack, how did you come to love this beverage that we all know and love as Dr. Pepper? Where did that story begin?
So it's super funny because it's always just been the soda that I drank ever since I was little. Like My brother, he's a huge fan of Pepsi because in Hispanic families, it's either Pepsi or Coke. Yeah, exactly.
We don't say those words out here. It's blue and red soda.
You gotta
Gotcha.
call them by their colors. You gotta call them by their colors, even though Dr. Pepper is actually encroaching on the blue guy.
All of the blue, yeah. My bad. That's on me. So yes, basically, especially like originally from El Paso, people were Team Blue or Team Red.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. So luckily for me, all the places that we would go to had Dr. Pepper, and actually in El Paso, Texas, is one of the few bottling manufacturers that bottles Red and Dr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
So you see both names, and we would drive past that all the time. And so when we actually had moved to like Waco, Texas, one of the things they used to bribe me because I was young and I was like 8, 9 years old. They're like, "There's the Dr. Pepper Museum in Waco." They're like, "You would love that," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, let's go over there. Let's see it." So Dr. Pepper has just always been something that I've drank it since I was little. It's nostalgic. It's a pepper, exactly, because Congress even said that it's a different type of soda. It's not a cola. It's a pepper, protected by congressional law. And so I've just always been kind of the coolest as well.
I think that would have been one of the coolest things.
Right? Oh, yeah. Dr. Pepper and Congress has always just had an interesting relationship, just like the soda industry in general.
Mm. Well, yeah, especially during World War II? Was it the whole thing about?
It is it's not necessarily food, but they said it could be classified as that because of the drink a bite to eat. It gave you that energy. That's where they got the 1024 logo for, or slogan.
Yep, and that originated from the Columbia study from the 1920s, where 10:30, 2:30, 4:30 people is when they had a dip in energy. And so Dr. Pepper got that study. Exactly, and that was their advertising slogan.
Yeah. Rodrigo, you strike me as somebody that like might work somewhere that tells a lot of this history. Well, let's not get there yet because I want to know like how you found out about the Pepper Pack and what that journey looked like for you.
So it's so funny because it was actually one of my friends that she had applied to the Pepper Pack first, and she posted about it. And it was my friend Maddie, and I was like, "Maddie, what is this? Like, how did you apply to this? She was like, "Oh," and she sent me the link to the website. She was like, "It's for fans of Dr. Pepper, and like they'll send them stuff, and they'll like have a rapport with them." I was like, "It's like the official Dr. Pepper fan club then." And she was like, "Yeah, pretty much." So I just answered the questions honestly. Like, if y'all remember the application process, it was like, "How many Dr. Peppers do you drink?" I was like, "Oh, like at that time it was like 6 a day, probably."
Limit does not exist.
Yeah, I was like, "The limit does not exist." Do you buy Dr. Pepper merch? I was like, if I can find it, yeah. Like, at that time, I only really had like a couple things, and I wasn't really into like the memorabilia scene as much, just because it wasn't as prevalent back in the day. Yeah. Now it's starting to get like a huge uptick, especially with like the role of collecting in the internet as well as just grown so much in the past couple of years as well.
More accessible.
Oh yeah, way more accessible.
I wonder about that.
Dario, I think I created a monster because Dario didn't used to talk like this until I started.
No, exactly. And then the internet's like, "Oh, this thing I've been looking for 5 years is like 2 hours away. I could drive 2 hours."
Oh, yeah, I've done that a few times.
Yeah. We've all done it, man. We've all done it.
You're in California, so that's like a drive around the block.
It is. I mean, I think that the furthest I've driven for Dr. Pepper stuff was about 7 hours.
Wow.
And that was to Oceanside. And so from all the way from where I live in the Central Valley all the way to the coast. And then even further down. So yeah. It was just a nice little drive.
So, Rodrigo, you filled out the application, you applied. What did your turnaround process look like from the time you submitted it to you heard back from them?
It was pretty much like the next day, if not like 24 to 48 hours. I immediately got like a response. They're like, "No, yeah, this guy's."
No.
I have Indy on that.
I had to wait like 4 months before I heard back.
Oh my gosh, dude! I'm so sorry.
Zach, you know it's.
I'm loving this.
No, I always tease everybody
awesome.
because The other thing that makes me
That's
mad
awesome,
is like
Rodrigo.
there's some people that like Dr. Pepper reached out to them and invited them in. And I was like, what? What did they reach out to them and invite them in? And I'm over here like waiting 4 months and messed up.
You had to be in Texas.
I think you know what that probably played a huge role there. And I put Waco, Texas. They're like, he's at the mother, so he's at the mother load. He's at the source.
He's in the motherland. He's from the motherland. Yeah.
Shipping's gonna be so easy on him.
Yeah. He can come pick it up. We don't have to mail him stuff.
Yeah, he could literally just drive to Dallas if he wanted to.
We're just gonna text him.
So now, Rodrigo, you've mentioned that you're in Waco.
Mm-hmm.
So you and I have actually got the chance to meet when Josh and I were down there. And would you like to share the story from your perspective, or would you like me to share it?
Let's do that. I'll share it first, just so I can tell you what my perspective was. But then I want to hear it from y'all's because it was interesting how it went down.
Yeah.
Because I kind of wanted to keep it a surprise at the time because like at the Pepper Pack, huge surprise. I only told like maybe a couple people from the Pepper Pack, but like I had worked at the Dr. Pepper Museum at that time, and I was working there. So when I heard that they were doing a Pepper Pack meetup at the Dr. Pepper Museum, I was like, oh my God, please let it be a day I'm working so that I can surprise them. It would be so funny to just show up with my uniform and like my name tag and my apron. And lo and behold, it was indeed a day I was working. So I told Zach and everybody, like, again, not telling them that I worked there. I was like, I'll be there. Like, I'll be there for the meetup. Just let me know what time and I will show up. Mm-hmm. And then luckily, too, it was a bit of a lull between like activities that I had to do at the museum. So I see them all gathering at like the soda fountain. So I just kind of sneak up behind. And then, oh my gosh, because Josh looked like he thought I was, they probably thought I was going to like get onto them because I was wearing the uniform. I was like, it's me, Rodrigo. I work here. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh my gosh. And then we all had a good laugh about it. And then we just stood there talking for a little bit.
Yeah. Did Zach immediately start asking you for stuff? Can you give me some of that over there? Give me
yeah. Yeah, see, I'm surprised he didn't ask you for any of the stuff that they have under lock and key.
I know, right?
Okay, so from my perspective, right, Josh and I got there early. We met with the lady, is it Maddie? I can't remember her name.
Mary Beth?
Mary Beth, thank you, yes. We met with her. She was awesome. We recorded our episode up by the in the second or third floor of the museum.
Yep.
And then the day before, we had already done the Extreme Pepper tour, so we got to go back in the room. When you walk into the little soda fountain area, there's a window that shows one of the vault rooms where they keep a bunch of the memorabilia.
Yeah.
So we were all kind of looking in that window, and we had some stuff set on the tables there in the soda fountain area, and we had the other ambassadors coming in. We're like, hey, let's get a Pepper Pack ambassadors only photo. And so like our spouses and different family were stepping back, and I was like, all right, all ambassadors kind of get in here. And Rodrigo walks up in his like uniform, and we're like, oh no, we don't need the employees right now. We just want an ambassador. And he's like, I am an ambassador. And I was like, that's cool, but not like, well, we have the Pepper Pack. He's like, I'm what? He's like, I'm Rodrigo. And I was like, I feel like a jerk. You're an ambassador. And so then I was like, oh, this is awesome. So come on and sign he signed my big Pepper Pack logo. So I have his signature on that already. But yeah, it just super like shocked me because like, oh man, he's just snuck in there on us.
Nice.
So yeah, are you still at the museum, Rodrigo?
So this is the crazy part. So I worked at the museum for a while, and then I wound up working at Magnolia for about a year and a half. So like with Chip and Joanna, and I'm actually starting in April, I'm moving to Orlando, and I'm gonna be working at Disney.
Awesome!
Oh, wow. Hey!
I have so many questions. Okay, so you're going to work in Orlando. What are you going to go work in Orlando?
So I'm doing it. I'm going to be working with the Walt Disney World Corporation, and I'm going to be doing attractions at one of the theme parks. They haven't told me which one yet because they always do that like during the orientation. But I'm excited. I'm going to have a good time.
Tell them you get Dr. Pepper can and run around the park because they don't actually have Dr. Pepper in the park.
Yeah, they don't have.
So there is a machine. Not like technically in the parks, but in the underground. at Disney, with the cafeterias for the cast members. There is one machine there that does Dr. Pepper.
Oh,
But if I go there as a guest, I can't.
I know.
I wish.
I mean,
now
I mean, you say it's underground. That means we can't have access to that when we're at Disney.
Mhm.
We got to suffer and basically drink water because
Oh,
what I mean,
no.
we're not
Yeah,
going to violate my temple with this with the other stuff.
Yeah, because it's only red products over there.
There is Dr. Pepper in certain locations at
Mhm.
Disney Springs. You go to Rainforest Cafe or the T-Rex Cafe, they do have Dr. Pepper on tap. You can get Dr. Pepper there. It's also-
And then the bowling place as well, Splitsville, has Dr. Pepper. Yeah. So if downtown Disney Springs, yeah.
So,
I was told you can't find it anywhere there, but that's good to know.
but
Mhm.
Yes.
usually when I go on vacation, I just bring 6-packs with me and fill up my mini fridge, and in my room, that's where I get my Dr.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now Disney has moved above North Korea and Russia on my places that I want to visit.
Oh, you gotta learn how to hack it. Learn how to hack it.
I'm pretty sure you could get a Dr. Pepper in Russia. There's got to be a way.
Oh, yeah. It's easier to get a Dr. Pepper in Russia than it is in
It's a little
Disney.
safer in Disney, though, probably.
Oh yeah, my gosh.
Oh,
But it's exciting, yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That-
congratulations. Yeah.
You'll have to give us an update on some more Dr. Pepper stuff there. Just to keep us updated. If they add any other flavors.
No worries, yeah. Because like the whole soda industry in Disney is another fascinating story. Again, sadly, Dr. Pepper wasn't a part of it for a while, but it was basically red and blue trying to take over Disney, and then eventually they just went with red. But at one point, you could get red and blue, depending on different sections of the parks you went to.
Oh, wow.
The Red Soda is the largest sponsor and the longest sponsor for Walt Disney.
Mhm.
But Blue also sponsored some of the really important rides, like the Country Bear Jamboree was sponsored by Blue
Well,
for a long time.
Oh, wow.
it's a small world. Blue, so
Mhm. Yeah, that was Blue as well from the 1964 1965 World's Fair.
they're-
man,
Wow.
Rodrigo, you're spinning out all these dates and facts. I feel like you're a
I
teacher
know.
here.
Oh, I'm
So-
loving this.
Rodrigo's
What
I'm,
is it?
I'm loving this.
About the
I'm-
museum.
I'm a Disney World theme park historian. I love the history about that stuff. So you're
Same.
right up in my
Oh, yeah.
wheelhouse. I'm like, oh,
No.
if I turn this camera around, you're gonna see like the 1968 Walt Disneyland map. You know,
Oh yeah, that's iconic. I love those maps so much.
I'm
Wow.
I've been looking for like an e-ticket book for a while because my mom actually had one from Disneyland in the 70s when she went to visit. But I just want an e-ticket book from Walt Disney World because those are harder to find, especially because they're starting to get so expensive.
those are pretty cool.
Wow.
Mhm.
So, Rodrigo, let me ask you, as being a big history guy and like over that,
Of course.
did it do the Extreme Pepper experience as employees? Do they let you do that type of stuff, or did you sign up for it? Have you
So
got
I
to take
actually did get trained to do that.
Oh, wow.
It was really funny because I got trained to do it, and then they wound up not scheduling me for it for a while, and then I wound up leaving. So I was like, oh gosh, I never got to do like a full one. But I was trained to do that, and then they even did train me to do the paranormal tours that they have there.
Oh,
But
yeah.
after like the practice, I was like, I don't want to get involved with this. I just got, it was just a really scary vibe for me.
Yeah,
Yep.
I feel like Josh and Chris said they want to go do it, but I'm just like, I don't know if I want to mess with that.
Yeah, see, yeah, I didn't want to mess with it either.
Dario and I are on that. We're like, let's do it.
Let's go for it.
No, it's super fun, especially
Rodrigo,
for the
you
people
set
that
up
have
the soda fountain and drink Dr. Pepper, and they can go down below.
Heck yeah, yeah, just go at the fountain. Especially because at the fountain you can get dark berry on tap and the berries and cream on tap, so that's actually really nice.
Oh,
Ooh, all right.
wow.
So we're gonna do your trip to Texas here this summer. Then,
Yeah.
No, I wish.
Hey,
I
you
wish.
know, well, look, hey, I mean, again, I'm going on my honeymoon in a couple of months, so
Hey,
we might.
I'd wait to do it.
It's tempting.
No, I'll be in Texas.
I was gonna-
this summer. I'm helping my church out with the mission trip in like the Frisco area.
Okay.
Yeah, Frisco's not too far. It's like a 2-3 hour drive from Waco. You got this. You got this.
Except I'll be in like a church van with a bunch of other people, so it's hard to just hey guys, stop at this restroom and then peel away and leave over there. Doesn't go very well.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there's some people to reach in the museum.
So, but did you ever? I know, like you said, you were training on it. The thing that I loved the most was when we were in there's 3 vaults. The photo video vault that they don't let us in because of the light sensitivity, which I totally understand. And there was like the advertisement vault with like all the posters and prints and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was just the memorabilia safe vault thing, where that's where you can see in from the soda fountain room, that window.
Yep.
That one is where Josh almost had to kill me. Him and my wife were losing their mind because there was stuff in there I've never seen. And I wanted to be able to remember it. And I was like, can I take a picture of this? And I can't remember our tour guide's name. She was like the lead person of all the ones that gave those tours.
Probably Rachel.
No, it wasn't Rachel.
Okay, so there was Rachel, Mary Beth, and then can you describe her? What she looked like?
Oh, it's been so long. If I heard the name, I'd remember it. I know it wasn't Rachel, but
Zach had to be very
yeah. Well, it's just because there was stuff I'd never seen before, and I wanted to just be able to do it. So I wanted to get a photo just so I could remember what it looked like, so I could look for it later. And she's like, "No, we can't let any pictures go because we don't want people to know what we have, where we have it," which I totally understand.
Yeah,
but I was like, I just want this for me.
No, it's tough. It's tough.
That wall with all the glass bottles they had, and like those ones that the candy stripe that I really want to buy. And she's like, "Well, we have duplicates of it, and the duplicates we sell at the convention." I was like, "How much do you want for it? If you're gonna sell these duplicates, can I just buy it now?" And they wouldn't let me. And so that's you said you're gonna sell it, so let me buy it, and I want it, and
be on our way.
Man, it's a whole rigmarole, especially with like the museum like red tape and all that stuff. Because I actually did volunteer at collections when I was working there as well. They gave me the opportunity, so I actually cataloged a lot of the stuff at the museum as well.
Yeah, I just got my first Thieves bottle the other couple months ago. I found one online, and so I was happy to finally be able to add that to my collection. So now, like, the last bottle that I really, really want is one of those candy stripe bottles from when they did the test glass bottles.
Zach has the wish list.
Red and yellow.
The wish, yeah.
Provided.
Yeah, they were trying something different. It just nobody liked it.
Oh, I loved it. I think it's awesome. And they had the 3 different styles. There's the one with the registered trademark, the one without the registered trademark, and then one with a little bit different letters.
Well, Rodriguez, you would know, living in the area in Waco. What do you think? You think the Dublin Dr. Pepper is the best form of Dr. Pepper? Did you have Dublin Dr. Pepper?
I did have Dublin, and so this is where it can get pretty controversial because some people try some people try the real sugar one that Dr. Pepper is made now, and they're like, some people just can't tell the difference between the Dublin and that one, and they're like, it just tastes like it's made with real sugar. But then, yeah, it is different, and that's why I tell people, like, when Dublin made it, I was like, there was just something different about it, and I did like it. But like I said, I grew up more because, again, when I was little, we were in El Paso, so it was the high fructose corn syrup version, and Dublin was like on the other side of Texas. Like El Paso to Waco is about 10 hours. And the fact that I always love to tell people, El Paso, Texas, is closer to California than it is to Dallas, Texas. And that just shows you how big Texas is, because it's just mind blowing every time thinking about it like that. But yeah, I did like Dublin. It's just that the bad thing about it was that Dr. Pepper didn't want to play ball with them. And that was just very disappointing.
Have you seen the documentary?
Rodrigo, did you see the documentary? That's what Zach was asking you.
Oh, yeah.
On Amazon.
Oh, gosh. I'm trying to remember if I have. It's been a hot minute.
Amazon Prime has a documentary about the Dublin Dr. Pepper Museum and kind of how that rift happened and what caused it and all that stuff. And I totally see both sides of
Yeah.
the argument. And like my dream as an ambassador would be some way for us to bring some unity back to that. I know it'd be like near impossible, which is why it'd be awesome. Like if we could get the Pepper Pack ambassadors to go to Dublin and just serve and help that community whatever they want, because they've been so hurt by just the name.
Yeah, with the forced closures. Yeah, it was.
They're just so hurt by it, but it'd be a way of just helping reconcile. Not that it would ever make things right, but just like that olive branch.
Yeah, at least try to reconcile, or try to at least
sure that
heal.
Not everybody likes Dr. Pepper or hates Dublin. Like we still like them. We want.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and that's why, like, because especially like we're talking about the documentary, it's about seeing both sides. Because nobody is the perfect person in this argument. They both did things that were very questionable. Yeah. But you could see it from both of their point of views why they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I personally have no ill will toward, especially when I walked the Dr. Pepper Museum. We were like, there was a lot of cool stuff they had at Dublin.
Yeah. And that museum closed, and I was so mad because that's like one place I want to go to. So if Rodrigo, you ever meet anyone with connections that can give me like a tour of Bill Kloster's like personal collection, I would cry Dr. Pepper tears for about 23 hours.
About 23 hours. That sounds about right.
The museum there, great. The people there.
Oh man, I want to go to that one so bad, but it closed during COVID, and I think they don't have to reopen.
Yeah, and it was right around the time where like I was 2019. I was at Orlando doing the college program for Disney, so that's probably around the time like fresh out of college I would have gone to go see it, and I was like, I'll come see it when I come back, and then lo and behold, it closed. I was like, dang.
Yeah. So that's what we need to do. Our next meetup is that.
Or Dr. PepperCon need to be there.
Honestly, like a meetup in Dublin would help a lot. It would put a lot of money into the community. And at the very least, we could show that, like, while Dr. Pepper might have fumbled a little bit and Dublin might have fumbled a little bit, we, as Dr. Pepper fans, don't care. That we just want to support people that support Dr. Pepper in any way, shape, or form.
Exactly.
We can go around and give them Dr. Pepper.
You love Dr. Pepper. That's what matters. Exactly. You know, somebody's like, look, we all love Dr. Pepper. That's all it is. You know, we can go along over that.
Yeah.
Let's start with what matters, the Dr. Pepper.
The Dr. Pepper.
All right. So Rodrigo, question for you. You've been in the Pepper Pack a while.
Oh yeah.
What are some of the pick 2 or 3 things that we, as a Pepper Pack or a Dr. Pepper done to the Pepper Pack, that have been like kind of your top highlights that you really enjoyed or been happy to be a part of?
So the Pepper Pack meetup was definitely one that I was like, man, we should do this again soon, because it was just so nice. It's one thing reading the names, especially like on the portal, and you're like, okay, that's a person, and then so maybe you might talk with them, but actually seeing them in person and making that connection has really helped me. Like
the one we did for the podcast, or the actual meetups that Dr. Pepper did?
The ones that for the podcast, but the meetups, I wish I could have gone to them. They were just a little too far for me.
Yeah.
But those were fun too, because I saw that y'all had a lot of fun, especially like when they had the comics. And like I collect comics, so I loved that Dr. Pepper made a comic about that.
Did you get one?
Yeah, you had sent me one actually.
Yeah, I sent about 150. Yes, I don't honestly. I have an Excel document too, but I just don't remember off the top of my head. I was gonna say,
don't you worry. It was just awesome because I still have it in my comic collection. But the other thing that like really for the Pepper Pack, I just love like the engagement with like the products or like the little giveaways. Yeah. Because like I do have a little problem with the Pepper Pack portal, but that could be like a con that we talk about in the future. But like when talking about the pros on that, it did build up the engagement. Like I remember when Dark Barry came back again for like Jurassic Worlds, I saw so many posts about it, and I think I did one post or a couple, but it was just so fun seeing everybody get hyped about Dark Barry again, because like we thought it was gone after Spider-Man Far From Home,
Yeah.
And then to have it come back again, I was like, these are my people. We're so happy it's coming back again. And then, so kind of like the giveaways in that aspect. And then another thing that I really love about the Pepper Pack is that, the independence that we kind of have. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because like there are so many other types of like brand entities that are like, you need to type this out word for word, and then put this hashtag, and then this is how you make the post. If you're like a
Yeah.
brand representative or something like that. But Dr. Pepper is literally like, say what you want, just add the hashtag.
Yeah.
Or like take a picture of it. And I do
How
enjoy
is
that
to
freedom.
be unique, just like the flavor of
Yes.
pepper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. No, I've definitely enjoyed that. Just like you said, the freedom they give to us. Yeah, we were mentioning con. The one con that I have with the Pepper Pack is when people turn around and sell their stuff.
Yeah.
That can get me
Yeah.
fired up. So we won't go there. We'll talk about
Yeah,
that.
we'll leave that alone.
Yeah, well, that's a landmine I don't want to step on right now.
Yeah, we'll say that for after the show. But so you're in the new portal. Were you like several people that had trouble getting into the portal? Because I know like our friend Richard took a while before he could get in.
I
And
actually was able to get into it fairly easily. The problem wound up being that, like, to get back into it, you had to find that email again, or you had to find like the specific link.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wish there was like a specific hyperlink, even if just posting that hyperlink to like the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Or just posting it somewhere where it's always accessible, where you could immediately just check.
Well, yeah.
Because
Now you can, though. You can go to drpepper.com and there's the Pepper Pack link on the drpepper.com. You can click on that and then log in.
Yeah. Click on your
Yeah.
rewards, and then click on your icon, and it tells you Pepper Pack. It's
but
almost
see that for me that seems a little counterintuitive for people that are like wanting to just go to Pepper. There should be like a Pepper Pack tab. Like especially going to rewards and then having to do all this other stuff. Like I can do it and I'm fine with that. But I feel like some people, again, it's all about technology literacy. Because some people are just so used to like different types of the technologies available. But some people will look at a webpage and be like, I don't know where to go. Like it doesn't say Pepper Pack anywhere.
I'm looking at the Dr. Pepper website right now, and across the top, it says Home, Rewards, Products, Merch, Tuition, Pepper Pack. And so that's
okay,
what
so it is a Pepper Pack. Okay.
I just so with Pepper Pack, and I log in with my email, and it takes me straight into it.
what they need to
So
do
there's
is
direct link
create,
on Dr. Pepper website.
they need to create a way where all the stuff that's on the Pepper Pack page has like a funnel system where it goes to our Facebook page, where we can't type anything on our Facebook page, or we can't, comment or do anything. We could just see what kind of feed is happening on
Yeah.
the portal. And the real way we want to go on and post stuff should be through the portal, but we should have venues where we can continue to, while we're swiping through Instagram or we're swiping through Facebook.
Yeah.
We can see
honestly just like a notification system.
Mm-hmm.
Because there will be sweepstakes that I will completely miss just because I forgot to check like the portal that day because I didn't get any sort of notification.
I don't.
And then even if I do tag everybody, it goes to your
Yeah,
email.
I never get it half the time.
Emails. But I got your number. I'll text you next time.
Yes,
I got to
sir.
create a Pepper Pack text link with everybody, a text group with everybody, so that way y'all can
always credit up Dario and Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hurry up, get on there now.
Get on there, like, be one of the 100.
Me guy.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh yeah. And see, because I'm way out on the West Coast, but when I get the message from most of the guys, I'm in school, and I'm teaching, and it's kind of hard for me to take out my phone and do that in the middle of a lesson.
Yeah. Hey kids, I need you to read this page. Ready, go. No, if you're lost and you're watching this, I don't really do that.
Yeah.
So we know that you want that kind of stuff for their social media. What about any future ideas for like campaigns and stuff? Do you have any skyball ideas that you want us to do? Like pitch us your ideal campaign for Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper said, "Hey, we're giving you a blank check. We're funding it. How would you like to promote Dr. Pepper?"
You're going to Orlando. Tell us what should we do?
How would we buy Disneyland or Disney World?
Would be
Make a Dr. Pepper world.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Well, Honestly,
That'd be great.
what we were talking about earlier, a big step would probably be like getting back in the favor of Dublin, or just like finding a way to mend the fence with Dublin would
Yeah.
be number one. Like if I had unlimited funds, I'd be like, hey, let's try and find a way to make Dublin either a branch of the actual corporation, so they can open their museum back up, or just have a way to where they can do their own thing. But like the Dr. Pepper Museum in Waco, we will give them the resources that we have so that they can continue to do build. And the reason why maybe might be like, oh, but there would be two museums, but you can have them be about different things. Because what I love about the Dr. Pepper Museum, it's just mostly about the history of soda, and it kind of uses Dr. Pepper as one of their the one of the examples. But you could have Dublin just be completely about Dr. Pepper, and then even just about the history of the town and how Dr. Pepper has changed that landscape. And I would totally go see that.
Yeah.
But as far as like
I
community
love
engagement, yeah,
Foster's collection. That the antique archaeologist, they did an episode where they actually got to go through his collection and buy stuff from it, and I was just like, oh, I just want to meet somebody that can take me there and let me look at stuff.
Just peruse.
just peruse.
Just to see what they got. You know, that would be great. That would be fun.
No, yeah. And then like as far as like anything for like what the Pepper Pack would do, I mean, plan more meetups. Like especially because if anything, the meetups that they did plan, again, because it is a Texas company, they were very centralized near those Texas areas. But if there was a way to get like ambassadors, or like to branch the company out to where it'd be like, all right, we're gonna plan one in New York this time, or this one, like, or even just like have a Dr. Pepper con, not like as an official one. Because I know we have like the fan based cons, and like there's Dr. Pepper con for like the collectors, and like the Dr. Pepper collectibles convention.
Yeah.
But like if Dr. Pepper had its own convention, either in Dallas or like Waco, or if they could plan their own,
Or
I feel like they would.
Central United States.
Yeah, I was gonna say move it up, like have it literally somewhere, just change the location wherever they would be able to. But like honestly, just to have like a place where all of us could go, they would give us exclusive. Well, you can already get like the exclusive merch, but like Dr. PepperCon merch, and then like we could even be part of like the testing or the tasting. You know what I mean? They'd be like, hey, since y'all are the Pepper Pack.
Yeah, that's something Josh and I talked about doing. Like, if we can create like a Dr. Pepper icon, almost like, you know, from the Marvel movies, how they have the
Marvel con.
Well, not the Marvel con, but like they actually in like the Captain America, they have the what was it called?
We talked about this a few months ago, how they should just pack up Fansville, and then each game day they pack
The Expo. That's what it is.
drop it off in that town, and then they take over a corner, or they take over whatever, and then that becomes our Dr. Pepper con, because then we're like, oh sweet, we're just gonna go to Chicago, or we're gonna go whatever, and they're gonna have special merch and stuff that's gonna be designated to that football game, but also Fansville and all the cast and all those guys get there. It becomes its own like traveling circus kind of thing, Dr. Pepper and stuff. I think that's like perfect, right up the alley of what.
Yeah,
exactly.
So, it's like the Expo that they have in like Captain America and Iron Man, but do like a Dr. Pepper one. And so Josh and I, our idea was you have 23 different like display or exhibits to go, and one of them could be the Pepper Pack, where we all get to go and kind of share our story and love of Dr. Pepper with it, and then you got the different logos, the different slogans, and the different characters, and just merchandise.
No, I agree. That would be really fun, because especially me being like a huge fan of like conventions in general. Like I've been to anime conventions and like comic book conventions, things like that. I just really love the atmosphere because there is such a community, and I feel like the more you meet in person and the more that you're able to share that love, the more that love can just spread to other people, and they'll be like, well, why don't you come with me to like the Dr. Pepper Con? And then like a few people come in, they get invited to that camaraderie. And this is a very selfish wish of me, but I also collect wristwatches. and I want Dr. Pepper to come out with a new wristwatch because, like, I'll even show y'all, like, if y'all can see it. That's all my watches.
Do you have
Ooh,
any
nice.
Dr. Pepper ones?
See, that's the thing. There's only been a couple that they've released, like 2 or 3, and the ones that have been released, like on eBay, have been astronomical. Like,
Yeah.
why would I pay
Yeah.
$600 for this quartz watch when I could get a way better automatic one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so yeah, I got a few watches.
See, I've been looking at them, but like if they released a watch now, it would sell, especially
Oh,
because
yeah.
with the
So yeah, here's my thought because I'm about to hit 5 years in the Pepper Pack. No,
Mhm.
yeah, 17. I've already hit 5 years in the Pepper Pack, I think, because I was in 17, so 18, 19, 20, 21.
yeah, you're gonna hit 6 this year.
So like I was thinking for the 5 year anniversary, are those who have are already at 5 year? If they sent us a Dr. Pepper like 23 watch for the Pepper Pack,
Yeah,
3 is 5. So that'd be like our 5 year anniversary gift, like this special Dr. Pepper Pack ambassador watch.
It's gonna have to have a flask in it, so we can put a little bit of Dr. Pepper in there.
well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, you could even do like a 23 varsity jacket, like for the 5 year, where you have that pouch for the flask of Dr. Pepper.
We've
There you go.
Josh and I actually designed one. One of our earlier episodes of the podcast, he came up with the design. We said as ambassadors, as we hit, like, you know how we get the badges in the portal now? If they have patches that we can actually put on the jacket as we earn different things, and it'd be cool.
That'd be sweet.
Nice. That would be nice.
Those badges, I'm still working on those last couple. The "You Deserve This," and the
Was it creative?
Yeah, I think I'm missing the creative and the "You Deserve This."
Well, I'm also just like trying to get like Dr. Pepper to re-release the Pepper Pack shirts that we got at the beginning
Yes.
for the newer members.
So I looked at the tag on the inside of my shirt and I found the company that made it, and I can recreate it, but I got to get permission to use our Pepper
From
Pack.
Dr. Pepper. Mm-hmm.
Logo.
Our logo isn't popular, so Pepper Pack logo free game. You can use it on anything as long as we're not turning around and selling it like in our own personal store.
Yeah.
We're okay. But
Well, I know, but I still want to get their permission to do that versus just doing it on my own. I want to make.
We are the pack, so
Yeah.
Yeah, we are members.
Yeah,
of
but
it.
I feel like we do have a lot of freedom, but I think it's better to err on the side of caution, like Zach was saying, and do actually ask for it.
Yeah, that's
Just
why like,
because.
when I first created this podcast, we asked him, "Is it okay to do?" Because we are representing you, and we don't want to do something behind your back. We want to make sure we're not being shady. But yeah.
as someone that works in
No, yeah, keep it always above board.
Okay, so the four badges I'm missing in the portal.
Mhm.
I'm missing positive pepper, which I don't know how I haven't got that. Again, don't know how I haven't got that.
I think it's because you keep kicking people out of the podcast. I think that might be what it is.
The big thinker one. So I'm missing positive pepper, creative pepper, you deserve it, and big thinker.
Told you.
I feel like you removed yourself there.
Let me.
Okay, it might have been me.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
It's all good.
It wasn't me.
Rodrigo, you were telling me you also like the game, right? Play some video games.
Oh yeah. Like I said, like anything pop culture related, like, and that's why I have my PC, and I've got my brother got the PS5 like first release launch, which was a miracle, and then I got my PS4 here.
I see you play Fallout back there.
Yes, sir. Yep, I got my Pip Boy from Fallout 4. 76 apparently has gotten better, but I'm still a little apprehensive to try and play it.
If you decide you want to do it, come join me. I jumped back in like I guess it was like 7 or 8 months ago, and my brothers and I we just got obsessed with it.
Well, I've heard they made a lot of great changes since launch.
It's a lot of fun. It was totally different.
Konnor and I will team up with Josh, and we'll play some Halo a lot.
I hadn't seen you in the last 3 or 4 days. You
say that again?
I hadn't seen you in the last like 3 or 4 days.
Soccer started 2 weeks ago. I'm coaching junior high soccer. So
that'll do it.
pretty busy with that. So, but yeah, no, I'm hoping to hop on maybe tonight.
I'll be good. Well, that'll be good for you guys to get on.
If
I'm
maybe
not much of a gamer.
a road trip to Oklahoma tomorrow.
It's
There's,
okay, man. I'm not much of a gamer either, but I still play.
But Dario, have you tried out cakes yet? You guys gone and started the wedding process? Looking at
Oh
wedding-
yeah, we're getting ready. Yeah, we're ready. We're getting ready to get our wedding cake. Yeah,
Are you
we're
gonna
gonna
do
be meeting with the company in a couple weeks.
Hey, do
We'll
Dr.
see.
Pepper?
Well, we are gonna invite Dr. Pepper to the wedding and see what happens.
Yeah,
Ooh.
no, that'd be,
Why not? They might help out with the reception.
oh, that'd be awesome.
Well, if you need your invitations and stuff designed, just give me a holler.
All right, will do.
It's almost like you're a designer.
Yeah. Hey,
I
I've
know.
done it. I've done all kinds of stuff. My
Oh,
wife's a wedding coordinator too, so if you need that,
Oh,
Wow.
Oh man, we just got off.
Yeah.
See, this is Rodrigo.
Yeah.
After you're talking about in person, you just it feels like a better connection. That's one of the things I've loved about actually being able to be a host on this podcast is I've got to meet so many of our different ambassadors, and I feel like I just connect me stronger with them.
Mhm.
And
if you can
Like-
remember their names.
I can't.
yeah.
that I
You know,
keep that I know when I talk to people.
Got flashcards taped on the back of his wall.
There was that one with the fake. Dude, look at your signature one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you do have a really big sign that has
Those are
everybody's
those are
name on
only
it.
people I've met in person. I only have an ambassador that I met in person to sign that one.
Well.
I was still fun. That it was so cool seeing all the different signatures on it, and that's why I do love just like the connection like that because it's more me being slightly more introverted, but like when there's like a whole bunch of messages, sometimes I'll just be overwhelmed, and I'm like I don't know if I can join the conversation or not, or like I might feel like I'm just intruding or just jumping in.
Oh,
But when it's something like super chill like this, or like I win the meetup, then I'm like, okay, I can let my guard down a little bit, or like I can like expend the energy. But oh my gosh, yeah, y'all are great.
Well, then,
Oh, thanks.
I know.
Thank
I've
you.
feeling like I've been bugging you for a while, and for any of the future ambassadors that haven't been on our podcast yet, what words of encouragement would you give them that if they're a little apprehensive about this? Was this a difficult conversation to have with us?
Not at all. If anything, I'll just tell people just take the leap. Like it does seem a bit daunting because you're like, what if I'm an idiot? Like, what if I say something weird on camera? You're
That's
in
what
good company. Yeah, everybody pointed to because we all feel like that. Like it's just like you just got to be yourself, and especially the one thing because for an introvert, it's super tough because like I don't know if I have anything in common with. We all love Dr. Pepper.
Mhm.
You can always fall back to that, and you can always just be like, "Hey, how about that sugar, Dr. Pepper?" And you're like, "Yes," with the bottles, with the 4-packs, beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking my love language.
So good.
Yeah, it's
So,
like,
especially chilled, man. They're amazing, and I would even get a free one every once in a while when I was at Magnolia, because if it was even like a little like label missing or like a little bit of it off, they couldn't sell it because it was damaged. So they would be like, "Does anybody want one?" I was like, "Me."
I'm like scratching labels. Next time I'm down there, I'm going to go scratch.
There we go.
Bug Rodrigo, I just scratched 6 labels. Go pick them up and say they got to throw away.
Oh my gosh. No, that was always fun because
Something out.
it's funny because for Magnolia, I actually was a tour guide again, and I actually gave tours. And then the last job I did for Magnolia, I worked at the bakery, so that was really interesting. So I've done a lot of different jobs, honestly.
Oh, wow.
Pretty awesome.
Well, that's amazing.
Well,
Oh, man.
or
I think
Rodrigo,
the guys are getting sleepy.
I know that's.
No,
Well, I
it's-
can't blame him coaching the soccer and then like being a teacher in general. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well,
yeah.
well, yeah, and they have they're at the later times.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys are at the later times. I still got about a good day left ahead of me.
Yeah, right.
You're what? 2 hours, man? 3 hours? Thank
2
you.
hours, yeah.
So,
Because Mountain the Pacific.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, you got any more questions for Rodrigo?
You know,
Dario
I guess
wants
I
to
would.
know what cookie is.
Dario, Dario likes to take cookies and eat it with his Dr. Pepper as a good way to compare those flavors. Do you happen to have a go-to like food that you like to eat with your Dr. Pepper?
You
I'm
know,
a
that's a really good question actually, because like I've always been the mind that you can just have Dr. Pepper with anything and it will always enhance the flavor. But for
Mhm.
me, like anything that's a little bit saltier or greasier than usually, like that's why like fried foods and Dr. Pepper for me, because it gives that salty sweet combo.
yeah.
That's brilliant. It's always genius, and like especially with like sometimes meat, like any like a good steak with like a Dr. Pepper, it just enhances the flavor somehow. I don't know why.
Mm.
And
I've had a
especially with like the snacks chips, yeah, you gotta have a chip like a good Dorito.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They'll be really good with the cookies. I've done a couple, like a chocolate chip cookie here and there with the Dr. Pepper,
No.
because
Now, when you talk about the steak with Dr. Pepper, I'll be honest. My fiance she marinates her steaks when she makes me steaks with Dr. Pepper,
see,
and
that's what I'm saying.
oh,
That's why he's marrying her.
That's why he's yes. God, I've
I
seen what you can do for others.
yes,
I've
yes.
seen-
Oh, I love it. Come on, Jesus. Let's go. Oh man. Okay, so I thought of two more questions that I wanted to ask you. First, what is your favorite like Dr. Pepper logo theme? Like I got the King of Beverage blanket. There's a 1024 behind me here. You had the makes the world go round. You have the out of pepper. He's a pepper. She's a pepper. You have the out of this world. The friendly pepper upper. It's different. I like it.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah,
That's
like
what the doctor ordered.
favorite, and it's probably being in the museum. You got to see there's a lot more like a favorite slogan or advertisement like design that was your favorite.
So slogan, because I have two different answers for that. So slogan wise, just because again I love my history and I just love like anything that sounds like different from like vim, vigor, vitality.
I love it. Yeah, which is
Because
right here with the blanket.
yes, exactly. Every time I see it, I'm just like, it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like a potion. That
Mhm.
once I drink this, I'm gonna get vim, vigor, and vitality. It's gonna be the best. It's like that's why I was advertised as like medicine, because like that's it. Just I love that slogan so much. And then as far as like the song, because I was actually gifted this original sheet music for the most original soft drink,
Oh, cool.
because I got that when I was working at the museum, because the head of collection, she was like, oh, this is like we had extras. She was like, do you want it? I was like, yes, 100%, because I also do music. So I was like, please.
Of course, I want this.
See, I was like 100%. And
Right.
so that the most original soft drink ever in the whole wide world. Love it.
Oh, I have a couple of the reels,
The records.
the records.
Nice.
I have a few. I bought a few reels a while back. Nice.
Okay, so what was my other question?
Last question.
Oh, I asked you about the logos. We were talking about something else that made me remind me of a question we always ask.
Oh yeah, the caveman ads are my favorite too. I love
Harmon.
those. Yeah, the harvest.
I'm gonna remember as soon as I kill the show.
Leave it in our comments. We'll try
There we
to.
go.
Insert
No,
links.
exactly. While he's thinking about that, I still have my name tag from the Dr. Pepper Museum too.
Oh, that's sweet.
Nice.
I need you
So
to
that's
talk,
obviously going to be
I
something
need
I'll
you
keep
to
for
talk to
this.
somebody at the museum and see if they can get me one that says Dr. Pepper Teacher. And then
Right.
There we go.
So it was logo.
You have
Yeah,
any
the slogan.
favorite- You have your name tag, but you have any other favorite merchandise that you have besides your sheet music or anything?
The sheet music, and then this one I can actually pull up because I'm in my room, because like the sheet music's somewhere else. But if it's still, hold on, I gotta find it. It's the dark berry. I actually won the sweepstakes, so
Oh,
I got
nice.
one of the cans in the boxes.
Okay, yeah, I got
Oh, man. Yeah, that was one of them. That was one of the things I did not win.
Are you talking the white mystery flavor box or the one that came in the Spider-Man box?
Oh yeah, so I have both, but I got this one's the Spider-Man box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
get that.
nice.
Sounds cool. Cool die cut window and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
super
that one
awesome.
was
I love that. And then I did have the secret flavor one, which is funny because I chilled it and then I was waiting for my birthday to drink it. And then like on my birthday they announced that it was strawberries and cream and I was like, well there you go.
Oh no, I'm talking like when they released the dark berry the first time, they sent us a white box with the
Oh yeah.
mystery box.
I had heard about that. I didn't get the mystery box sadly, but I did get that one for Spider-Man. And then for
Mine,
the strawberries and cream, I did get the mystery flavor for that one because I just happened to be on the Pepper Pack portal at that time.
oh nice.
Plus, I think that one was like first 200, and I was like, man,
Yeah.
that's like you can easily make that. I was like, commented immediately.
yeah, like no, and that's like I get why they do it, but at the same time, I'm like, y'all killing me with this. Be the first
Hey,
couple of people.
I would rather do that than the scratch off. I never.
Yeah, the scratch
Yeah,
off is.
I agree.
I
I don't
thought
like
it
the
was
scratch
a
off.
technique, and then just it not having any luck.
I
Yeah.
played every day. Like, oh well.
No.
Yeah,
Did the same thing with the bourbon. Everyone.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that one I wanted to try it, but I wasn't one of the people that got it. So I hope somebody. That's the other thing. I wish that we would post a little bit more, like engagement wise, like when we do get these new flavors instead of the resellers, just someone just talking about like what it tasted like.
The people in the back. Yeah,
Who's
no, now Rodrigo, I do have an extra bourbon because I was able to get one from the scratcher, and then I got one when they did the giveaway.
Mhm.
And I have, like, Josh and I have talked on here about doing a giveaway and figuring out what things we're gonna do. We haven't yet, so I almost want to get our fellow ambassadors that have been on the show that haven't got it, and then we also have some very loyal fans that follow us.
Mhm.
I want to get their names and put them on like a spinning wheel of Dr. Pepper, and so that way I can give it away to one of y'all because I have the whole extra box and I haven't opened that can because I plan on giving it away. So we'll definitely keep you in mind for that. But again, we're hitting that hour 10 mark and we're getting pushing past my bedtime, even though I don't have. Well, who am I kidding? I'm probably gonna play video games after this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen.
I want to let y'all go. Connor, you want to give us a quick shout out on our social medias, or Dario, do you want to give us that, and then I'll wrap it up for us all.
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead. Don't forget to check us out on all of our socials, our Twitter. You can check us out on Instagram, and definitely on our Facebook page. And let's not forget, we do merch. We do have merch. So what you want to do is go to our Redbubble store, and for some reason, the echo effect didn't work there. It was supposed to be echo, but anyways, go to our Redbubble store and check out some of our new merch. We have some new stuff that's going to be dropping for our spring break collection. There's going to be, I think, 2 new designs. One of them's going to be Dario themed, so please keep an eye on that. It's going to be great. So don't forget, check that stuff out. It's going to be a limited time. Grab it while you can, and you know what? Let's end this like we usually do. Zach.
All right. Dario, Connor, Rodrigo, thank you guys for joining us. It's been awesome. My friends out there watching, whether you're live or later, thank you. Stay safe, stay caffeinated, be blessed, be a pepper. And until we drink again, we'll see you next time.